Well, hi, I'm Sarah Wilhelm-Garbers,
And I'm Eric Mandel.
and you may have heard that we are two of the 5 candidates who are running for Hopkins School Board.
Yeah, Sarah and I had a chance to sit down and have coffee earlier this week and get to know each other as people and really try to listen to each other.
Yeah, and that's part of why we wanted to make a video together today, because I think as we were talking about and really wanted to affirm, Eric and I, along with the other 3 candidates, we're all running because we care about the schools and we care about kids. And we're also concerned about some of the dynamics in our broader community and things that are being said about one another. And that was part of why we met.
It was, the hard part in American society right now is this desire for the short clip. It's the 10 word answer, maybe expanded to 150 words, right?
Yeah.
We're dealing with a lot of complex issues.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's easy to misunderstand people based upon the lens in which your life experiences has lived, right? And our tribalism is forcing us into, hey, put this person into this bucket, rather than understanding the whole person and the whole complexity of a problem.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think in this moment, as we talked about, I just want to acknowledge that there's so much going on for all of us, and it makes it hard to, when we're feeling more afraid or we're feeling anxious, to take the breath and pursue generosity or curiosity toward one another. But I wanted you to hear that we are committed to working together and with the rest of you to say, how do we take those breaths and really look for the complicated, more robust, more human perspective on one another. And just honestly, there's so much going on in our community right now where we're divided, and how can we instead turn towards each other and say, hey, listen, whatever happens, this is our schools. We're in this together. We have different perspectives. We're gonna maybe disagree about a few things.
Definitely, but that's okay.
That's okay.
And it's important, because it's important from my perspective that we are able to have courageous conversations. That some of those conversations can be difficult. I mean, I think it's really important that we acknowledge that. They may be difficult personally, they may be difficult in terms of our own dynamics and relationships with others, and that to get through some of the issues, to get through them, the best results come from people who speak with each other and don't say, I'm the only one with the answer. That together we all might come up with the answer. My gut instinct, my first statement may turn out to be, I fundamentally disagree with that. Well, why? We have to have the why. What does that feel to you? What does that sound like to you? Why is your reaction so strongly against that? If you explain that to me, maybe I'm being misunderstood or misheard. Maybe what I'm saying is harmful, and I had no idea that by saying that, it struck a component of your life and all of our life. We all have our life experiences. We all approach things through our own lens. And if that gets in the way of our purpose, of our objective, which is to help the kids, that's the core of what we're doing here. We're all running because we want to help the kids. So if we can't have those conversations, if we are not able to reach out to each other and find the humanity in each of us, we may find that we are different here. We really have some fundamental. Okay, so which pathway should we try first? And when will we say this is a success or this is not? How do we know that? And then if it doesn't work, okay, let's try a different pathway.
And I think, part of our opportunity in this moment as Hopkins, and I think for us and for our schools, is to say, how can we lean into modeling what it looks like to agree and disagree, and maintain and respect the dignity and the personhood of one another? Because the issue is not that we disagree, right? That's not the problem. That actually can make us stronger and better, because guess what? We see the world, all of us, from different perspectives. And it's as we hold that diversity, this is something we affirm about our Hopkins scholars and the traits we want, right? As community, can we lean in and model that kind of empathy, that kind of curiosity to say, hey, I see it from here. Eric, I'm curious about what you said when you said this. What did that mean to you? Where are you coming from?
Yeah.
And for you to reciprocate that back. So even as we might still say, well, I'm still here and you're still here, okay, let's wrestle with that and we can continue to disagree but work on things together. And we wanted you to hear from us that that's something we're committed to working on. And we want to invite all of us in the midst of a world where there is so much rancor and it's so easy to be like, well, you're in this box, see ya, and just cancel each other out. How do we have brave spaces together to be able to be in this work
Touch
together?
my watch, it said give us the time. Thank you.
Yes.
And I really want to reiterate one thing that you just said that I think is incredibly important. We need to model what the future that we want for our children.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that starts with us removing the partisanship from nonpartisan spaces. And to just realize that, we're in this as a community. We're in this together because at the end of the day, I mean, I said this, and maybe this is just me. I don't think it's just me, but it's that our public schools are trust.
Yes.
That is one of the greatest things that America ever did. We created, I've been saying this, but we created the post office and we created public schools very early on. We got that, right? And we owe it to keep this going for generations.
Absolutely. And my only thing that I was going to say is it's not just about like this not being nonpartisan, but we truly, I believe, have an opportunity that whatever our politics, whatever in broader ways, what if we use this as a testing ground for us to like actually lead the way for the kind of America that we want to be a part of?
Yes.
Right? And
right,
it starts in the schools, it starts here.
And it would be lovely if at the core, the revolution or the evolution is de-evolution, maybe turn it back, maybe just dial down the noise all over the place. And I understand what partisan politics are, and I don't, but it's that America as a community, we come together, right? But we can't just come together only after we're attacked. That's not what we should be modeling. And here, let's start here. Let's start in Hopkins. Let's find out where it is that we may disagree and figure out how to disagree better.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. And as a lawyer, as an ethicist, academic, know that that's something we're committed to doing is to wrestling with complex issues and to wanting to do so in a way that A, humanizes all of us in this conversation, and B, puts our focus and maintains it where it should be, which is how do we improve and lean into ensuring that our vision and the implementation of it for all of our students is excellent and equitable, is something that can help them, in my language that I love, flourish.
Yes.
But I think that's something we're both interested in.
Yeah, and language is powerful, right? It is an incredibly powerful tool that we have as humans. And now we're seeing machines learn our language. But the embodiment of that language, how we've experienced it, it's so easily to put somebody in buckets because how they use that language or don't use that language or what the meaning of that may be to them. And what I want to say is, when we talk about these things, we can't just make assumptions. When you said X, this is what I heard, is that what you intended? Is part of modeling that conversation. And if you say, I heard you say X, and to me that causes this emotional response. And to know that and discuss that and to be together, there's something in my job that happens all the time. I'll have a client who will come to me and say, I want you to do X. And I'll say, do you want me to do X, or what do you want me to achieve? Before you tell me what to do, tell me what you want to achieve, because that's kind of what we're doing here. Let's talk about what we want to achieve and then how we're going to make sure that we are achieving it. And then if we do that, rather than just putting labels on words and people misunderstanding them, then we can maybe clear out some of the noise and some of the concern that different members of the community are facing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we just wanted to join together today, let you know where we were at, and encourage all of us to continue to lean in to care for our kids together. And you have that commitment from us that we are committed to having these kinds of conversations and doing the good work together. Thank you, Eric.
And thank you so much. I so sincerely appreciate getting to know you the last few days.
Me too, thanks.
And thank you all for listening.